Hey there everyone. Right, firstly, I'm pretty much cured of my tonsillitis, and secondly, sorry I haven't made a video in a while. It's because A, it's been really quiet in terms of releases. There haven't really been a great deal that I'd normally cover on this channel, and B, like I said, I've just been pretty damn ill, to be honest. But anyway, today I have another live review for you. Admittedly, I went to the gig quite a while back. It was on the 2nd of December, and on that day I went to see Trash Talk at the London Birthdays, supported by Jackals and also Witch Cult. I was actually really excited about this gig beforehand, because I had actually never seen Trash Talk headline. I have seen them at, festivals, and I've seen them supporting off. That was earlier this year too, but I haven't actually seen a headline set, like I said, and I've really grown to like them over the last year or so, really. But anyway, to kick off the night was Witch Cult. Before the gig, I was actually aware of these guys and I checked out their album, which is only 10 minutes long, which is impressively short for an album, but their set was actually just 15 minutes long, so it sort of worked. And it was just straight out, kind of dark, doom influenced hardcore. There was also some sort of power violence tendencies in there. Super fast for the most part, mixing very intense energy and very intense noise elements too, with, like I said, the hardcore punk side of things. However, I will say, as intense as the actual sound was, I felt like the members needed to step it up a bit. Most of them were just sort of standing there and not really doing a great deal, just kind of playing through the songs. However, I will say it did kind of create somewhat of an atmosphere because they had very doomy and noise influenced sounds, like I said. And the frontman didn't speak a word throughout the entire set. At the end, it was pretty much a 3 to 4 minutes just pure noise outro, which I thought was really kind of cool. Next up was Jackals. I did not know anything about this band beforehand, and they were also kind of a hardcore punk power violence-esque band with a slightly darker tone to them. Not quite like Witch Cult, they didn't have any doom influence or anything like that, but just slightly darker than, say, Trash Talk. They had 2 vocalists, and these vocalists spent the entire time in the crowd themselves. One vocalist on stage was pretty much throwing himself around for the entire set too. It was an enjoyable set, but nothing necessarily mind-blowing. It was pretty much just what you would expect from a band like Trash Talk and to be supporting Trash Talk. And I must admit, I did feel like it was just sort of a watered down version of what we were all waiting for. To end the night, of course, was Trash Talk. Now, I reviewed this band's latest album, 119, quite a while back. It was sort of towards the start of this channel. It was one of the first things I covered, actually. And although I didn't think it was bad, I just thought their older stuff was a lot better. It had a bit more bite to it, in my opinion. However, when it comes to Trash Talk, to be perfectly honest, they don't really excel on record. They've had a couple of really decent records, but they've never had anything necessarily mind-blowing, with the exception of Eyes and Nines. What really makes this band an incredible band is their absolutely visceral, intense, and super energetic live shows. And like I said, this was my first time seeing them as a headliner in such a small venue. It's pretty much just a basement that could carry about, 50 people? To begin with, the band got on stage without Lee, who is the frontman, and kicked straight into Dogman off the latest record. From the second the first drum note hit, the crowd just went nuts. There were stage divers everywhere. The entire crowd was pretty much just one giant pit. There wasn't really any standing area as such. The band did sound pretty loose in a good sense, very sort of jammed out and punk in that way. And throughout the set they pretty much played 2 or 3 songs from the new record, and the rest of it was older stuff, which, judging by the reaction of the crowd, was pretty much a good thing. I know it was for me, personally. Throughout the entire set, Lee pretty much just had the crowd in the palm of his hand the entire time, just put on one hell of a show. He wanted the crowd on stage for a song, for example, and the second he asked it, the entire few front rows just stormed the stage and stayed on there for the entirety of that song. And also, I just love watching Lee perform, because he's constantly throwing himself on top of the crowd, into the crowd, bringing the crowd on stage, giving the crowd the mic, all sorts of nutty stuff. And also, the other members of Trash Talk don't really get enough mention, because they're incredibly energetic and incredibly, present, I suppose, as well. But overall, Trash Talk can put out a disappointing record or two, and I'll just pretty much shrug it off, because I know when I see them live, only chaos will happen because of Lee and because of the rest of the members. All in all, I had a really fun night. I felt Witch Cult deserved sort of a 5 out of 10 for their intense-ish set. I just feel like perhaps they could tighten up a bit, and also a bit more energy would be nice, like I said. Jackals I'd give a 6 out of 10 to, and Trash Talk, the undisputed kings of tonight, and to be honest, just the kings of hardcore punk shows in general, I'd give Trash Talk an 8 out of 10 for this show. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you was at the show, which I doubt because there were like 50 people there, but anyway, if you were, let me know what you thought. If you know of any of these bands or have seen any of these bands before, let me know as well what you thought of them. And I'll catch you guys and gals later.